by and large, what I can tell you in a nutshell is that your response to me, how willing you're able to help, what's going to come up, or if you just dismiss it all together pretty quickly, it really is just kind of a very, very on a basic level. How much do you have in common with me? Are you gay? Are you homeless? Those two things right there put a huge leap forward. Another big thing to take away would be if you are married, if you are in a solid relationship, you've never been homeless, not gay, you are likely to be extremely hard to persuade it is right to help me or to get you to believe that in a way that might actually lead to something positive that I can use to save my life. And you know, I'm extremely harsh on divorced people. I am, which is interesting. And I'll tell you some more observations about that. Let's get into a few different families that I have interacted with or thought about or that are particularly important. First would be the Frye family. This is particularly important, and it's one of the reasons that they were the first because a few reasons. One, they've known my family since before I was born. We actually shared the same house. They sold their house to my family, and I was born and I grew up in it. My brother was born, he grew up in it too, he doesn't remember. The Fryes and my family have, you know, they're like ground zero. We lived in the same house. They are almost in a position to where almost barely kind of in a weird way consider them like an aunt and uncle to me. Todd Frye, I watched them coach soccer. They watched my parents get divorced. They have a son named Nathan who is about 3 years older than me. He went to Afghanistan, like the man of my dreams. I found out last night, he's quoted in the Mount Airy newspaper, Michelle Frye sent him cheerwine across the world. I get it, it was her son. I get he was at war. I don't blame her for that, but I'm just wanting to tell you, she also told me she would give me snowboats, but way more important than that. She never did. Way more important than that would be the fact that Todd Frye, it was the person I came to in February 2023. I found out my dad was sleeping with a 7-year-old boy, and I can't accept anything except an apology for him on why he failed to communicate with me. I hadn't talked to Todd in a very long time, but if I'm coming to Todd Frye with something that important, you know, it should have continued to be a private issue. And I had trust that Todd would have been removed enough from my dad, but still cared enough and also able. He is a Grand Mason and he's in my hometown. And if you're in my hometown, Mount Airy, America's #1 TV hometown, home of the Andy Griffith Show, where those values were instilled in Andy Griffith, I expect more out of you than I do somebody from Kernersville, somebody from Boone County, West Virginia, somebody from Colorado Springs or Brighton, Littleton. You are supposed to be still #1. The show is what we all watch as an America as a whole to get through our troubled days. It's on so many channels late at night. That show and advertisers know it. When I said a few weeks ago Mount Airy has fallen, this is kind of what I was referring to. And you know, the fact that Todd Frye was not able to respond, you know, he should have still been able to respond at all. He wasn't. The dialogue I've had with Michelle Frye really kicked up about the time that Christy White, the operations manager at Dish, the person who cleared me to go out to Denver for the first place in 2019, right before COVID, the one who said, if you needed a hotel room for a month, Nate, I can make it happen. She never did. She'd be false hope for a few days and she'd drop me. And it was just kind of like, I thought that would pull me out. If I had a hotel room for a month, I had a hotel room for 2 weeks, but a whole month probably would be enough for me to lift myself out of homelessness pretty quickly. It's just kind of like, I know enough about what I need and what I have. It's often just enough to get through a few hours. You know, the next plan is just constantly that hour by hour thing. You have to remember the homeless shelter is overcrowded and unsafe. I have seen rape there. I want to get more focused into other relationships with other families, but the Frye family and my family definitely should be more congruent, even given the fact that my parents were divorced for 27 years. My parents both know Michelle and Todd. I wonder what communication has happened between that. Michelle and Todd should know it's not right for me to be homeless. I know they love their son. It's very evident in the Matter of news articles, which are like blasted how contrasting they are about how much it is important to be home with family. And their response to me, Candace Frye, who was my age. So Nathan's about 3 years older, and I knew him growing up. I liked him a lot. He's heterosexual, married, I think, with kids. Haven't talked to him at all. Candace Frye, I tried to reach out to and try to help, ask her to persuade her mother to help do like a Mount Christmas time fundraiser for me. She blocked me. I haven't been able to reach or find Justice Frye. He's younger than me and about my brother's age. I don't know him very well, and I wouldn't really anticipate a lot of movement with Justice. Just weak connection, and it's really Todd and Michelle that I remember the most, and that I know are adults and are boomers, and that should be people that I could be able to say, you're alive, you're still the best, you love your son, clearly, you should be able to help me out of this problem. They can't even give me snow boots. The only thing they've actually done, and I haven't heard from Michelle in a long time, they've been absent, she gave me a phone number to a church group in New Mexico called Life Changers. She said they were going to be in Denver. This is a few months back. I called them a couple times. They couldn't actually call me back. So whatever life-changing group they are, they should probably work on it.